Hi there, welcome to Roll. Tristan's my name. Today what I want to do is take you through how we use Xero tracking categories in Roll. Xero tracking categories, I won't go into them in too much detail, but they're a way of getting much more in-depth reporting over revenue coming into the business by different categories of revenue, by different, for example, branches within a business, that kind of thing. It allows you to get more granular with your reporting on revenue. And Xero's had tracking categories in place for a little while now. Roll now integrates with the tracking categories, which is really good. If you, we'll flick over to the Xero account, we'll just have a look. I won't go into the detail on how to set them up, but if you're looking for them, if you go to Accounting, Advanced, and if we go down, tracking categories, then and we can see here I've set these up earlier, but we've got a couple of different categories in place. We've got we've actually set up a couple of branches as a category and then some category options. So I've set up 2 branches in this case, and there's lots of different ways that you can run with categories. It's best to have a chat to your financial advisor on how best to set these up. But in this case, we've set them up for two branches within this business, an Auckland branch, Sydney branch, and then we've got the different categories. So we're splitting it by where effectively different revenue streams. So environmental consulting, management consulting, and strategic consulting. Another example, say it was a web development company. It could be website design, it could be email marketing, it could be social media marketing, that kind of thing. So lots of different ways that you can play with categories. I'll flick back over, so that's already set up, that's in place. I'll flick back over to my Roll account, and to make sure your categories are in place, you need to be an admin of Roll. If we go up to account settings, and we're in settings, and let's go to financial, we can see, actually before I do, we can see that this company is already integrated with Xero, which is great. You need to have a Xero integration to make categories work, obviously. If we go into financials, and let's go down here, and then we can see we've got tracking categories, and we can see that these the categories that have come through from Xero, which is great. So Auckland branch, Sydney branch, and then the different sort of subcategories. And if these aren't correct, if you've made some amends to your Xero categories and you just these are out of date, then you can just refresh them from Xero, and that'll update, which this was already up to date, but that's effectively refreshed it anyway. So we can see that the categories are now mirroring what's in Xero, so we're obviously all set up. So let's go through to our projects, and I'll show you how you can apply it when it comes to invoicing. I set up a project earlier for Aotea Group. The project's an environmental consulting piece of work, and if we go into it, we can see it's a new sustainability report for Aotea Group in Sydney Harbour, and we can see exactly who's working on the project. So Nate's project lead, and then a couple of consultants. And now we'll go, okay, we've got a total value for the project of 75,000. We know that we've got a milestone that we need to invoice. So if I go to my progress payments for this project, and I can see that we have an invoice project milestone 2, and we can basically come through and start the invoice for that. Won't worry about the invoice date, which is future dated at this stage for next year, but you'll get the idea on how this works. So if I come through, just click on invoice, I'm going to invoice that whole amount for that progress payment, that milestone. And now we've gone into our invoices, and Roll's generated this automatically, and we'll go to, it's populated it with all the details that we need, and we'll go to account, we'll say that's just our normal sales account. And then if we go over to the right hand side here, we can actually, we've got these 3 dots, so if we click on those, up come our tracking categories, and now we can select the category of interest. So we're going to say that this is coming out of our Sydney branch, and this is environmental consulting. So we're effectively tagging it with that, tagging this line to that tracking category. And we'll just save and close that. I won't approve and send it, but it's linked that in now, which is great. And we can see the invoice number is 0787. Actually, that'll change when I go to my Xero account, but let's just go into draft invoices. And it's Xero's applied the Xero invoicing number to it now, 1382. And if we go into it, let's have a little look. And we can see this is all the information that's come out of our role account. This is the new Xero invoicing, by the way. And we can see that it's milestone 2, and there's the price, sales account, and we can see that it's Sydney branch, and the tracking code is environmental consulting. And then you can you've got two options here, but you can see it's replicated in your Xero account straight away. So you can finalize the invoice out of Xero and send it out of Xero, because the two sides, the Xero side and roll side, are linked. Or you can basically come into the roll side and finalize the invoice here and send it from here, and you can see the Xero invoices or the invoice numbers updated from Xero. So that's effectively how you use tracking categories. And once you apply them, then you'll be able to do advanced reporting in Xero, which a lot of businesses are using now. So really fantastic feature in Roll now, and a lot of people, if you're not using them now, you should go in and start setting them up, because they're a great way to get really good granular information and reporting on what's happening with your financials out of your Xero account. So that's a run through on tracking categories in Roll and Xero. And so thanks for watching this video. Be sure to have a look at our other YouTube videos online. And I look forward to talking to you again shortly.